Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we did the political, social, and economics here in Michigan, across the U.S., and foreign countries. Joining me tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Paget Maynard.
Okay, before we get into this, I just want to mention Ukraine, how Russia is just tearing this place apart, and your president keep claiming, "Oh, I'm gonna get tough with him." He gonna get tough with him.
You know what I think's going on, man? I don't know you're going to bring this up, but I was thinking about this last night. They said this past weekend, I think Sunday morning, late Saturday night,
Okay.
they had the biggest drone attack, bombing attack they've had since the start of the war.
Mm-hmm.
And it even went into the area where they have their government buildings, which is protected by the best missile and drone defense system they have. And it just simply got overwhelmed. Now, Trump's been going around talking about he's angry every time it happens, and he's going to talk to Putin. Now, you know when Putin called Trump to Anchorage, and Trump had U.S. soldiers crawling on the ground to roll out a red carpet, and they had this meeting that Putin left after a couple, 3 hours, skipped lunch, skipped all the niceties, pretty much disrespected Trump, slapped him in his face metaphorically. If Trump wasn't so obtuse, he'd understand he'd been played. But I think at that meeting, Putin told Trump what he was going to do. And I think Trump, rather than trying to talk him out of something and advocate for peace, and warn him that if this behavior continued, he was going to change course on the U.S.'s response. I think Trump actually went there, was given the orders, and let Putin know that he'd happily acquiesce. And if he wanted to bomb Kiev and the rest of Ukraine to smithereens, he'd be just fine with the boss. And I think he knew this was coming. The whole time.
Look, up to now,
the man doesn't have the courage to stand up to Putin.
Up to now,
he's an employee.
Have they supplied Ukraine with the defense material they need?
No.
Not nearly enough.
No.
Not nearly enough.
So, I mean, since Trump is in there.
Yeah, since Trump's been in office.
At least two I know of shipments were canceled.
Yeah. Most of them have been.
Yeah.
They've let in a few drones and a few other defense systems, but nothing compared to what was being sent over by the Biden administration, which explains why these drone attacks are picking up and getting through Ukraine's defense. They don't have the Patriot missile systems.
No.
They don't have the counteroffensive material that they had before, and it's starting to have real impacts on the ground. Now, here's the good news. If you look at the territory that Russia has been able to push forward and reclaim, it's really only 5-6 miles. 5-6 miles of territory in the Donbass. It really doesn't have all that much military or political significance other than Russia saying we're no longer retreating, we're pushing back forward. The Ukrainians are fierce fighters. And determined to be autonomous. And one last thing, because I don't want to waste a lot of time on this because Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do. But the notion that Ukraine, you know, you hear this from the right-wingers all the time who stopped studying politics in the 7th grade when civics is over, but now they know because they listen to Alex Jones, right? And they're saying that Ukraine is actually part of Russia anyway. No, it's not.
No.
They have their own language.
Yeah.
They have their own history.
Yep.
They have a history of statehood that is at least as old as Russia's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been the whipping boy between wars, going almost back to the Mongols.
Yep.
But you've seen them pulled into World War I on one side. They've been attacked on the other side during World War II. During the Cold War, they were supplicants and property of the USSR.
Yep.
But they never forgot who they were,
right.
and they never gave up their desire to be a free and independent state.
No.
And it's a damn shame that you have all these people in the United States who walk around talking about freedom, only they spell the dumb part D-U-M-B because that's what they are.
Yeah.
And they want to talk about how Ukraine doesn't deserve freedom, but that's what they're all about.
Yeah.
It's despicable.
Yeah. You were saying, Patrick.
I think Trump might have taken a little, because as long as you show him a piece of money, no matter what it is, he's gonna jump for it. And he's being paid some way, in one way or another. He's being paid up.
Well, the thing about it, I don't know about right now, but I know he owed Putin a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Because
not only that, but Putin got some stuff on him.
Yeah, I think it's blackmail.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's blackmail. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Which takes us to the Epstein thing. This has been very interesting to see the pressure increase on Trump from the right. You're starting
and
to
even
see
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes, you're starting to see his base erode on this issue because. Again, Trump ain't the brightest bulb in the pack, and he's very feral. He's a wild animal.
Yeah.
And he looks to survive from episode to episode. He doesn't think long term.
Yeah.
If he had been thinking long term, he would have seen the danger in the campaign of running on this Epstein issue. Remember, the Republicans have always been about getting these pedophiles.
Oh yeah.
Remember when they attacked the pizza parlor in North Carolina?
Yep.
And the story at that time being purveyed on all the right-wing talking shows, from Alex Jones to Charlie Kirk to Fox News.
The whole bunch of them.
All of them. That there was a right-wing, I'm being truthful. What they said was there was a left-wing pedophile ring being operated out of this pizza joint in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and they had children being held hostage in the basement. And this place was being used as a conduit for Bill Clinton and all these other lefties. Hillary was supposedly going in there and molesting and raping children. Now the problem is, before you even get to the evidence, like there is no basement in this pizza shop.
Right.
The guy walked in there, the guy was serving his customer, but some nut walked in there with a gun pointing at him.
Yep.
And he had to prove to him that, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even have a pizza shop.
Yeah.
If he had 3 basements under there, do you think in this little small town outside Charlotte, North Carolina, it would go unnoticed if all these elite Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, all the people that the right wing said were going there, they always identify Democrats or left-leaning people. You think they could fly into the Charlotte airport unnoticed, even if it was a private jet,
not be
limousine over to Hooterville, go in this basement of this pizza shop and have their way and then get away scot-free. But see, that's what these fools, how they think. And that was actually think. So Trump runs on that, right? Trump says, I'm going to get to the bottom of this thing. We're going to get to the Epstein. Everybody knows you.
I got to release everything.
Release the files. Everybody knows you're best friends with Epstein, fool. Why are you going to run on that? So now it's hitting the fan. Because his base still wants that justice. And now that it's being turned on, the light in the microscope is being turned on Trump, he's at a loss as to how to handle it. Because he may have those bought and paid for congressional members paid off. with the exception of Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who spoke out, and the one male Republican who spoke out, who's leading what's his name, Massey. Yeah. They're all speaking out. They need 2 more votes to release the files. And you're now at a position now where Trump is losing sleep at night.
Well, Since you bring up that, let me play this. Okay. Volume up.
What the speaker just said about the president of these United States.
And he's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms.
Did he just say the president's an FBI snitch?
He did.
Pretty much.
And he's backpedaling today. But we could talk about every time Mike Johnson speaks, there ought to be the sound of a closet door creaking open.
Man, look, that man's supposed to be a constitutional scholar.
Mike Johnson is?
That's what
really?
he's supposed to
I
be.
didn't know that.
Constitutional law is his piece. But when you hear what he says, he's worse than me who never studied it.
I don't know if that dude has a constitutional scholar.
That's
tag.
what it was given out.
I know they're also saying he has a Grindr account. Y'all know what a Grindr account is, right?
Oh, man.
Grindr is a gay dating surfer, like some of these other on the market, like Tinder is for straight men and women. Grindr is for gay people, right? And Mike Johnson last week was identified as this anonymous guy reaching out to this cat to meet him for dinner. And then he said some things that I can't say on the radio here because it might be improper. But, here's a man who adopted a 13-year-old black boy who was growing like a leaf. That's his son, right? and they were very close for a long time. He doesn't talk about him much anymore. Probably the boy ain't around anymore, but they were very close. So close that he had an app on their phone that alerted the other one when one of them was looking at a porn site because they want to stay pure.
For each other.
You finished the sentence, bro. I didn't. But it's just the hypocrisy, the duplicity, the ridiculousness of these people that get so many people to say, yeah, that's who I want to vote for. Because of the right-wing propaganda echo chamber. That's what it comes down. Because they don't read.
And
they don't have experience in a lot of these things they claim they care about.
No.
But they watch Fox, they listen to that right-wing radio all damn day.
Yeah.
And then they get their talk. And we can see from World War II in Germany to the United States in the mid-'90s onward what the effectiveness of right-wing propaganda is. And if we ever get out of this mess, we're going to have to bring back the fairness doctrine and put limits on how much bullshit you can purvey on the radio without being checked.
Yeah. And that's one of the things now, because on different stations now, it's getting out of hand, really.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, and it's not good news if you're suffering, but the good news is reality has a left-wing bias. And you're starting to see on every issue, immigration, the economy, deportation, on and on and on, Trump's underwater.
Yeah.
He's losing, he's lost the independents, the swing voter, and he's starting to lose his own base on all of these issues because you could talk shit all you want to, but sooner or later reality is going to hit. And you're going to have to you're going to have to address that. We're seeing that now in Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
You got farmers, man, they're losing, they lost the soybean market in Japan and Brazil. They can't get imports in because they cost too much with the tariffs. They don't have the ability to harvest the crops that they do have because they don't have workers anymore because they've been deported or ICE is intimidating them to come. And it's like, dude, that's what you voted for.
Yeah, that's
That's precisely what you
Yeah.
said you
Yep.
wanted.
Yeah.
And now you walking around looking like Simple Sucker Sam with your hand out,
Simple
looking for a
Simon.
bailout from
Yeah.
the government. Nah, player.
Yeah.
Pull yourself up by your
Yeah.
bootstraps.
Yeah. And now
What's wrong with you? With your work
Yeah.
ethic?
Now you
Put
waiting.
your nose to the grindstone and work your way out
Yeah.
of it.
You
Ain't
waiting
that
for-
what you tell us?
Yeah. You waiting for Trump.
Like he did last time.
Yeah. You waiting for Trump. But it's like now he's got so many problems until
Look, man, Trump got more problem than John could read about. But he doesn't think so. Because, back to your deportation business. Now, I guess I got to be very careful. Because if you are a citizen and you have even a basic civil infraction, you could be deported. And if you don't have one, you better watch it, which means he's coming at you anyhow. But I just say that to let people hear it.
I think it's worse than that.
But go down some more in that. The deportations, they are hell-bent on getting this, that, everybody out. He had a press conference there the other day, and a reporter asked him a question after he finished ranting about deportation. Does that mean that you will have to deport yourself and your family, seeing that and he talked about his parents, his wife, and whatnot.
His anchor babies, yeah, all that, yeah.
And Donald went wild, turned colors, and he get on the gas, and he did, I'm the president of the United States, and this is it, and that's a stupid question. Every time you call him, it's a stupid question. Every time he has to give answer, it's a stupid question.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even know he's the stupid one because he just, showing who he really is without even knowing it.
Yeah.
It's not just that. Then, okay, I said it here before when he started this whole big move. If he is going to be removing people, he has got to look at himself and his family, because his mother was here, and I listened to an older guy the other day with it. She was working illegally. His present wife was here working illegally, which means...
Ironically, on an Einstein a visa. Einstein.
Ain't no way she get it.
Romanian hooker. Let's be real. That's what she was.
Yeah.
She came over here to model under
And where did they meet?
under Einstein visa.
Where did they meet?
I heard they met on Epstein's plane. Matter of fact, I heard they consummated their relationship on Epstein's plane. Of course, after Epstein helped break it in. But you know, hey man, they walk around, man.
When you got muck.
They walk around smelling like an outhouse and acting like their stuff don't stink.
Yeah.
When
Everybody who looks at every aspect of his life can look at it, dude, you ain't shit.
Right. Yeah.
Except for his crony. And here's a point I want to make earlier. We were talking about the rationale behind a lot of the support that he gets. The people who voted for deportation, the people who voted for the tariffs, the people who voted for these onerous taxes, all this stuff that he's doing.
Yep.
What it really came down to, man, is they thought that this was only going to apply to non-white men.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
They thought they had a pass.
Yeah.
And Trump
But
ain't
it's hitting
surgical.
them?
Trump's is hitting it.
Yeah.
And if it hurts his base, he could not give a damn
doesn't
because
care.
he didn't care about him in the first place.
No.
He
So
said
now
it.
they're finding out, man, your white man pass is irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Nebraska farmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have a market for your cattle.
Yeah.
Now Brazil's sending cattle all over the world, and you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you voted for, man.
Yeah. You know, Nebraska and other
Arkansas.
Iowa.
Arkansas, they're complaining.
Yeah.
Nebraska, they're complaining.
Yeah.
Wyoming, they're complaining.
Yeah.
Iowa, they're crying.
Well, the governor in Arkansas is all Trump.
Yeah.
Why is she complaining?
Huckabee Sanders. That's it.
Yeah. And go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Oh, and this fool is talking about dismantling FEMA. He's already not funding it.
Right.
Arkansas got hit.
Please,
North Carolina got hit.
please.
Where do you think the hurricanes and the tornadoes are more apt to hit? Red states
Not
or blue
up
states?
here.
Yeah, red states.
Right.
Red states.
So when we have another look at what happened in Central Texas back in
Yeah.
July,
Yes.
we had the flood that wiped out 27 young
Yeah.
people,
Mm-hmm.
innocent babies in a cabin.
Yeah.
You know, they had property owners saying, "Man, I'm walking my property, trying to find people that I could help because no help is arriving."
Right.
And I found 10 bodies this morning already.
Wow.
This was back in July when it happened.
Yes.
Where's FEMA? FEMA ain't coming
Yeah.
because you said you didn't want FEMA.
Right, yeah.
You didn't want government waste. You want the government off
But-
your back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's off your back, player.
Yeah.
Handle it.
You know something too, even with that? Who was out there helping? Not Trump and his people.
Mexican citizens.
Mexicans, the people they are trying so hard to keep out of here. And by the way, don't forget part of what is now called America, well, Mexico.
Yeah.
All right. So he is doing this big move to throw out any and everybody he could catch up with. And not even seen. By the way, let me drop this in here before it missed me. Chicago. They're going at Chicago. And the czar, and this man looks so ridiculous. He is now saying, it's not a matter of if we are coming, it's when we are coming, because we are coming. He is going there to deport people. What we're going to get? They're going to take up a lot of people who are even born native citizens.
Yeah, it's happened already.
I know it happened already, and it's going to happen because they tend to make it so big in Chicago. Trump is going to send in National Guards, probably going to send Navy or Army or whoever
Well,
again.
you heard what happened in the Hyundai plant yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
that are going down
The
that too.
ICE went in there, arrested 300 people, 200 of them South Korean citizens. South Korea sent chartered jets, said, "Come on home.
Yeah,
Just get the hell up
but you
out
know
of
why
there."
they're here?
And now you're seeing Canada boycotting bourbon, boycotting American products, refusing to travel to Vegas. It's starting to have a real detrimental impact on all kind of sectors of the U.S. economy, from travel to entertainment to liquor sales to beef sales. And this fool doesn't have a clue. It's as if all this he did, he had no thought given to, okay,
has none.
what's the impact that could go wrong?
He couldn't
on
think
this?
that way, Dennis.
And see, the thing about it is that he should have talked to the mayors of the different cities.
No, he don't talk to people.
Well, but see,
he talk at people.
Yeah,
But
you
see-
talking like he's a president.
Yeah.
He's an emperor.
you know, he should have talked to these people, because, I admit and you admit, Chicago had a lot of crime in the last few weeks,
You know what? You know what you do about crime? You address the cause.
Yeah,
You don't bring in. You don't violate the Constitution.
right.
The Constitution, and put U.S. troops on the street.
No.
Now, what he did in D.C. was ridiculous. He
Yeah.
brought troops to D.C. in
Yeah.
the areas where they got Starbucks and 4-star restaurants.
Yeah.
He didn't put them in the
No.
in the neighborhoods where they could use some crime prevention.
Right.
But rather than address education, rather than address job opportunity,
Right,
rather than address income equality, rather than address the actual issues that affect the problem and create the violence
Right.
and despair
Yep.
and hopelessness and
Yeah.
reliance on illegality
Yeah.
and violence
Yeah.
in terms of
Yep.
putting food in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because these people ain't irrational, they're trying to eat.
Yeah.
Instead of addressing that, you're going to come in there and try to make an example of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And the violent circle just keeps
Yeah.
going around and round
Yeah.
and round.
You just said job opportunity. How many jobs were reported for last month?
Oh, 30.
22.
No, it's 13,000. 13,000.
13,000?
13,000, yeah. And they had, no, I think you're right. It's 22,000.
22.
It was negative 13,000 on the revised June job report.
The
It's
revised
actually
June,
lost
yes.
Yeah.
13,000
They
jobs.
lost.
Yeah.
And 22, I've never heard that kind of number
And so what,
before.
So what did Twitler do?
And look-
he fired the person who
Yeah.
aggregates it.
Yes. And on top of that, now, back to the plant, the high-end plant in Georgia. Those people, oh, come on, you stop that. Those people were here not, let me back up a little bit.
You better pay that
They
big
went
snowmobile,
there.
man.
They went there after 4 Hispanic people. Nobody seemed to have known these South Koreans were there because they didn't even have interpreter. When they pick up all these 300-400 people, now South Korea, they decide they're gonna assist and they got the people back home. But what were they doing here? They were here setting up the plant, teaching the people what to do and how to do so that they can make batteries here for the electric cars.
By the way, Hyundai is a company based in South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
They might have had a reason for being here, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
Donald
the genius in the White House, get them out of here.
Trump, Trump now got
Now,
out
if they were
there
BMW
and said they were
or
here legally.
Range Rovers, they wouldn't have had a
Donald
problem.
Trump admitted they're here legally.
If they came from Germany, worked for BMW, and swam here
Yeah.
illegally,
Yeah.
they would never have been questioned because they got the complexion for the connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man,
I like that, the complexion for the connection.
It's ridiculous.
And
what's
if you
going on.
don't have it, you can't get there.
Well,
It's laughable. This
Yes.
period in time is going to look back in history, and people are going to study it and laugh at the stupidity of the Trump voter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Trump being stupid is well known.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
given.
Yeah.
But they're gonna look back at the people who voted for him and say, "Really?
Yeah. There was a lady.
You call yourself a conservative, okay? But this fool?
a lady.
A fish-eyed fool.
A lady. My sister was telling me she was talking to 3 days ago, and said the lady said, "Well, I voted for him just to see what he's gonna do."
Well,
She
if you
voted-
didn't know
She voted
from what
for
he
him.
did before.
Yeah, she voted for him
oh,
just to
man.
see what he's gonna do. You know.
There ought to be, like in the cartoons, there ought to be a cloud that follows people like that, and they say something stupid, just kick them in the ass and go back up into the good bit. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing
Yeah,
else.
you know. I mean, to see what he's gonna do.
And listen, that old fool talking about his deportations. Oh,
Oh, speaking of, I don't know if y'all heard. I know we're almost out of time. North Korea divulged that Trump sent in Navy SEALs into North Korea
Yep.
to try to put down some type of tracking devices and spy devices.
Yep.
So they could find out the movement of the North Korean
Yep.
Oh,
dictator,
Lord.
and it backfired on
Yes.
them. Hey,
I didn't
Yeah.
hear that one.
Oh, you didn't hear it? It happened last week, man.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
That's your bright idea?
Yeah, and he's.
I
gonna-
know what to do.
Yeah.
Listen, the man has been liking. He said, I like the smell of deportation in the morning.
Yeah.
That's so important
And
to
put
him.
out a
And if-
meme of Robert Duvall, who was in Apocalypse Now, who had on the blue uniform with the hat.
Yeah.
And his line in that was, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," because it's about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
So Trump puts his face on
Yes,
that,
yes.
you know, in a slim, trim, in-shape body, which, you know.
We know
Yeah.
that's him.
And says, "I love the smell of deportation in the
Yeah.
morning." This man is a child.
Yeah. And
Not
the,
even a
the thing
decent
is that here he is supposed to be the president of the U.S. The whole U.S. And he's going after the people that he don't like.
Hey, one quick
You know-
thing.
As one priority, and the other priority is stealing.
Yeah.
This dude is grifting. They said that in the 6 months since he's been president,
Mm-hmm.
the estimate is he's stolen
Billions.
$3 to $4 billion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. Yes.
And they're allowing it to go through.
Yes. All right, man. We got out of time. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki, and I'll catch you at the next block for more Street Talk. Peace.
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine, messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.